Hello and welcome to Sensational South. I'm Harish Upadhyaya. This is the show that gets you the flavor of South India. Our top story this week comes from Andhra Pradesh. In a major policy decision, the state government has said that it will ensure that the women participation in workforce increases by asking and pushing companies to give work from home option for women. This as part of its IT and GCC policy 4.0. So what are the challenges? How will the government implement it? What is the opposition? We'll debate all that. But first, let's talk to the minister who's responsible for this, Mr. Kondapalli Srinivas, Minister for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises of Andhra Pradesh government.
It's a welcome policy shift for sure.
Yes.
But you would have seen many questions on how
Yes.
the state will implement this. At a time when you have company managements and their bosses talking about 90-hour work week, 70-hour work week, getting everyone to office.
Yes.
Can the government convince these big companies to ensure that they set up work from home culture for women?
It is not only the women, I think in the down the line, in the next 10 years, of time, so people wanted to shift 30% work will be done from the office and the rest of the 70% will go from the work from home. So as you see in the big in the metropolitan cities now, most of them wanted to have a work from home concept. As you right now see that most of the cities in the metropolitan cities like Bangalore or Hyderabad, they're preferring to work from home after the
Yes.
post-COVID conditions. So we see that there is severe need that every employee wanted to work from home, which is a good advantage for the employer as well. So keeping that in mind, if we create infrastructure in the semi-urban and rural areas, we can bring in the women workforce. At the same time, the same space can be rented out to the people who can work there. So it is a
Would the government provide any sort of an incentive, sir, to push the companies to?
Yes, there is a policy as well. We have released a policy where the private partners can join with the government and establish their unit, and we are giving a incentive on that as well. So it's a very good model that Honorable Chief Minister has created. We are giving a proper incentive for the private party who could come here and establish a unit here.
Well, the minister has set the context for this debate with the kind of information that he's given in. Let's quickly get our guest in. We have Ms. Barkat Rehan, author and activist, joining us. We also have Ms. Rukmani Singh, activist, joining us. And we have Ms. Akila Vidyasandra, advocate, who's joining us on this show. I'll come to you, Ms. Rehan, first. How do you see the entire policy that the Andhra Pradesh government has pitched? They are saying that this will ensure that the women participation in workforce will increase.
All these politicians, they know only how to bring in politics everywhere, and they think that women are not that educated. They won't understand that they are making foolish of them. Such a silly thing which he has said, that this is going to help women, but it is not. Again, we are creating a gender divide. Have you ever thought about the companies? Would they like this proposal? What about the men? Why can't, if we are bringing this policy, it should be for all, men, women, and transgenders. It should be for all, not for women only. If you think the whole country can work sitting at home, then why just shut up the offices, close all the offices, and let everybody work from home? And if you want a person to be present in the office, then
the minister says there are a lot of women who are... Ma'am, the minister says there are a lot of women who are educated who perhaps can't go to office.
Again, please, what did you say?
The minister says there are a lot of women in Andhra Pradesh who are educated but perhaps can't go to office. They are in their villages, in smaller towns, and work from home will ensure that they participate in India's growth story.
No, he is misguiding you. And if he feels so, he can also provide taxis, cars, bring them from home, give them drop. See, so many privileges have already given to women. We all are living in a 21st century. We all are on the same platform. Women only talk about equality, and equality doesn't mean special privileges. In this woman rat race of appeasement should stop immediately. Enough of it.
Okay. Ms. Rukmani Singh, Many saying that these are special privileges being handed out, and also saying that why not extend it for men as well. How do you see it, ma'am?
Hi, hello to my fellow panelists. Thank you for having me. So, as the government has announced that they're going to foster work from home environment, so what the thought is that for rural women living in remote areas and rural areas, for them, I think it's a good option to go forward with, to introduce work from home, because women in rural areas are not, they don't have the means to reach the office, or maybe they don't have a proper 10 to 8 working hours, or they probably work in a cooperative. So for them, I think it's a good thought and opinion to have a work from home option. But however, women who are in working in MNCs, women who are living in cosmopolitan, metropolitan cities, for them, I think introducing work from home is not a good option. Rather, the government should think of getting initiatives like creches, to introduce creches in MNCs, to get probably sanitary napkin vending machines, and prevent things that initiatives that prevent things, that don't let them, and make a conducive environment, in get proper law and order in the state also. Getting a proper law and order is also the government's
You're saying create an environment where they feel enabled, where they can go ahead and work without any worry.
Yeah. So yeah, for rural women, it's a
Akila
good
Vidya
option.
Sandra?
It's a great option for rural
Yes,
women.
I'll
but
come back to you, ma'am. Yeah. I'll come back to you. Ms. Akila Vidya Sandra, how do you see this debate? Some are saying, calling it special privilege. Others are saying this will enable women, especially in rural areas. But as a lawyer, do you think this is something that can be implemented easily?
See, it can be implemented easily if the government makes up its mind. If government make up its mind, it can do anything and everything. But the thing is, what the government should do, and how, if at all, if they are talking about giving some employment to the women who are sitting at home, who are graduates, who can be capable enough to do some work, is not this way. They must be, taking out a few hours, 4 to 5 hours after their all household chores, and then they may have to go out for their recreation, or they may have to spend their own private time and whatever. But here the house members, the other house members, will force them to work. Okay, so 24 hours they will be binded to home. They do that. As one of our member was telling, if at all, if it helps, it can help in the people who stay in rural area or remote areas. To some extent it may, definitely unemployment is being a big issue. If it creates some employment, and some of the women may get benefit out of it. But the thing is, whether the government has created an atmosphere, houses where women are supposed to work, or in the society, or at the office places, for their contribution. Whether the government has created an atmosphere to appreciate the contribution of women to the society and to the workforce and to the state. So if there is no recognition of women contribution, if there is no appreciation of women dignity, how can it be helpful to women? So another way of slaverism, it can bring out another way of slaverism for women.
I have one
Okay,
point to
Rukmini
make.
Singh, the argument here is now what you're doing is you're now giving an option where family members can force women to not just do household work, but also take up other work because they can work from home.
Yes, this may come in the picture, what ma'am just said, that yes, because women have to take, considering our society, they have to take care of household chores. plus if they get some work from home also, which will add up to their extra workload. So of course I think this may come in the picture. However, I feel that to start with, introducing work from home initially is not a bad idea. And maybe in the coming time when uh, they can take more suggestions and advices on board how to go about it, how to go forward with such schemes and initiatives to empower women, especially in the rural areas, and how to empower women in the metropolitan cities by getting a proper law and order situation where women are able to safely reach home in the night or whatever time of the day. So I think once we go forward ahead with
Yeah.
this, right now I think the government has just announced the initiative. Once they go forward with it, I think there'll be a lot of other aspects
Yes,
that also
probably
come in
they
the
will
picture.
improvise on it, change things as they get feedback. Ms. Rehan, the counter argument that came in, we were talking to multiple people on this story, is that although this argument is there that women will then end up doing both household work and also work for a corporate company, many are saying at least now women should be given that option. Let them decide what they want to do.
See, if you ask me personally, we are overburdening women. And second point is, there are so many who really need work from home, and the companies never allow them. They have ailing parents. I know so many men who have ailing parents. Their wives are not able to work, but still they don't get work from home. I know of many women also who working in MNCs. They don't get work from home. But here we just have sparked a debate on it. This policy, I don't think so. First, we need to create an environment where women are comfortable. We have not yet created that environment. That this is also I'm talking about in the rural parts, in the villages. In the metropolitan cities, there is no need. Everybody is on the same platform. So everybody should get everything. We all are on the same platform. If work from home is there, it should be for everyone. And if it is not there, and if you're specifically talking about the rural area, I want to tell you that women have many household works which they keep on doing, and they get very less time to take rest and all. We should avoid overburdening them. But if it's their choice, they should go ahead, but then provide them the cabs and all in the evening as well as in the morning, and their work hours should be very less.
Ms. Akila Vidyasandra, we've seen several managements, in fact, people who are heading big companies coming out and talking about 60-hour work week, 90-hour work week. Many of them want everyone working in office. They don't want work from home option. When that's the case, when the decision makers of these companies are talking on this line, how easy or difficult is it for a state government to implement a policy of this nature, ma'am?
See, when the during recent budget there was a discussion on unemployment, whereas when there is a 13% of youth unemployment is present in India, why do they want to bring out this policy? Why can't they give the employment to the eligible youths who are struggling to get employments? So this is another way of diverting the main issues. Of course, women are in need of jobs.
Okay.
Definitely, whoever is in need of job, let them get the job. Not overburdening women who are at home. The spouses may force them to take the job, or the in-laws may force them, or the parents may force them to take up the job even if they don't want. Or if they are going out to work, they may forcefully make them sit at home because work from home is available, so you don't have to go out, sit at home and do the work. So
Yes.
24 hours, 24 into 365, she is bounded to stay at home. What will be her mental condition? What will be her physical condition? Don't she need different atmosphere or different recreation or different things to do?
Yes.
So this is one important thing. Another thing,
Yes.
with a small group of women, we were asking the women who are graduates to go and work in the school, give their contribution to the government schools where there are scarcity of teachers. So whoever are maths professors, math master degree holder, or science degree holder, or good in sports, good in music, they used to go to the nearest school and give free teaching classes to the students. So let the government make use of these people in different manner. There are different ways to make use of women free time, if at all,
Don't
if they
tie
want it, but not this way.
Okay. You fear that women will get tied up, just be at home. Okay, fair enough. Ms. Singh, this implementation bit is something that everyone is talking about. How easy or difficult is it to implement? Because companies perhaps might not be willing to have everyone working from home. And we've already seen the kind of sentiments that many of these companies and their top managements have spoken about. The number of working hours a week, having everyone at office. Is it so easy to implement this?
No, it is never very easy to implement any such policies, where especially a large number of group, such a huge population is involved. However, I feel that women, of course, women need financial independence. All women need financial independence, whether they come from rural or metropolitan cities. A hybrid form work nature should be introduced, where women should be allowed to work if they want from home, or they want to go to any facility from where they want to work. Secondly, as all said, that yes, the workload of women in rural areas will get higher. I feel that women in the rural areas should also be given thing like skill development, education. They should be educated. They should be skill developed by the government. Government should also get schemes and initiatives where women are getting skill development, so that they can leave their house, go out, and probably learn some skill. So which will due to that, they'll not be able to stay at home. Also, they'll also be able to go out, spend time, learn a new skill, earn little money also. So these initiatives also should be introduced by the government. And going forward with this policy, I'm sure the government, as and when required, will bring changes to this policy, and whether it is hybrid and provide a conducive environment.
At least for now, the government is saying that it will ensure that there is skill training that's given, and also they will ensure that there's some training for accent and other things that the company would ideally look into, or while hiring would see as parameters. Well, completely out of time on this debate. Well, the government at least now is saying that they will ensure that there's skill training that's given. If there's some bit of training required to correct the accent, that will also be given for women from rural areas. We'll have to see how this gets implemented. But this was our all-women's panel on the crucial issue of work from home for women in Andhra Pradesh. Thank you for joining us on the show today, Ms. Trehan, Ms. Singh, and Ms. Akila Vidyasandra. Well, that was our top story from Andhra Pradesh. Time for a quick break. Many more stories from across South India on the other side.